Tim here from the Tactical Defender, and I'm really normally not a neck knife guy. I like folders. I like them, put them deep in my pockets or designated folder knife pockets on pants or shorts that I own. I'm usually not a neck knife guy for various reasons, but I was out. I saw this from Cold Steel. This is the Cold Steel Bowie Spike, and I gotta tell you, I mean, what a very sharp knife. It has a point that, well, I learned the hard way, kind of just touched my finger on the tip and it drew blood already. So we've already been introduced. Let's look at this today. All right, now for me, a neck knife is one of two things, or maybe a combination of both. It's not necessarily a survival knife in the sense that I'm not going to come out here in the woods, one of my camps, and chop wood with it or stab wood with it. For me, a neck knife is, let's say, a utility knife, something you're going to use to, say, cut cordage, rope, open boxes, something you're going to have, maybe hit it underneath your shirt at work. You need it for work, just to cut small things, rope, boxes, stuff of that nature. The other, for me, it would be a self-defense knife. Something, again, that's hidden, it's kind of underneath my shirt, but then it draws the discussion of getting to it quickly if you have to. It is certainly a good self-defense blade. And I don't want to repeat myself, but it's not something I'm going to take out here and process wood with it for a fire or delimb a tree with. It's just not going to do that. And I really honestly don't think they're made for that. It is a great little blade. This is the Cold Steel Bowie Spike, or Bowie Spike, depends on where you're from. It is very thin. When I say scalpel, I'm serious. This is like a surgeon's scalpel. This is pointier and sharper than anything I've ever touched before personally. A lot of my knives are big and they're, well, survival knives. They're big knives for being used outside. Even my my pocket folding knives I take every day with me everywhere. EDC knife. This would be a great EDC knife. But this is sharp. I'm not kidding you. It is so sharp. And I learned that the hard way. All right, just a couple of things that I want to talk about before we really get into showing it up close. The Securex sheath. It's the hard plastic, very nice sheath. Overall, I like it. I like it a lot. The whole knife, chain, sheath, with the knife itself, under 3 ounces. It's like 2.8, I think. 2 point something, under 3 ounces. I mean, that is light. It does have a bead, a bead ball chain. I'm not exactly sure how you, what you refer those as. But it works. I've always thought, as I've said, I don't have a lot of experience with neck knives, right? I've always thought paracord would be more comfortable. Not necessarily safer, but just more comfortable. And then I got thinking, because I do have a lot of background in martial arts and fighting, self-defense, and there's a very good reason why I don't like ties when you dress up. Because that tie, if it's not a clip-on around your neck, can be used as a weapon. It can choke you out. And I'm guessing a paracord on one of these, you're scuffling, you're fighting, although you should never let them get that close anyway, but let's say they did. I think a paracord, not the way to go. I actually do like this chain, because if I take this and I do that, it's gonna break, right? It's gonna pop and then it'll fall. I do not see it breaking or popping open, just doing your everyday tasks. But if you're ever in a scuffle, again, if they should get that close to you, if they did, you should be having this. But if they're ever that close to you and they grab it and they pull it, it's just gonna break. And I like that. I don't want it used as a weapon against me. The strange thing is, just off the top of my head, I'm thinking that I would never just carry a neck knife. Just the neck knife. I would have to have a small folder in my pocket. Maybe I'm just really, really used to having a folder in my pocket or on my person. And I'm very comfortable with just the folder, because where I work, really can't even have a small folder, let alone this. So, but with this, I feel like I would need another knife for some reason. All right, let's quickly discuss the sheath. It is a, come on, focus. It is a very nice sheath. It is the plastic, if you will, Secure X sheath. There's the, I had this hanging on a tree at the moment, but it does have lashing holes here. There are other ways to carry it. If you want to carry it on a belt, you can hook a tech lock to this. I do believe that's the way it was designed, for tech locks. I actually would prefer to carry this, let's say, on my belt, horizontal, not vertical, but horizontal in the small of my back. I actually think that would be better. But it is, I mean, it is a very nice sheath. If you don't want to use a chain, you take it off. It is, of course, plastic. It's a nice sheath. It really does lock in there, and it stays there. When you're carrying it, holding it the way it was intended, it's not coming out. Now for the knife itself, we are looking at 8 inches. The whole knife is 8 inches. 4-inch blade, 4-inch handle. The handle, as you can tell, it is a full tang knife. The handle, it's kind of strange. It feels just plastic, like a fiber resin nylon type handle, the FRN scales. But according to what I read, it is G10. Now, a couple websites called it like a faux G10, more or less a fake G10. And another website called it G10-like scales. G10-like scales handle. But I can tell you it is comfortable. It's comfortable in hand. It does not feel like it's going to come out of your hand, whether your hand's wet, slippery. It does have right here a little bit of a finger choil. I like the grooves there for grip. You grab that, I mean, and it my hand is not going to slide forward. That, and I have a big hand, and it fits very nice. Now this, not so much. That definitely feels comfortable. As I said, it is from cold steel. The Bowie Spike. I mean, look at that tip. That thing is sharp. Let me tell you, very sharp. I've cut some stuff with it. Paper goes through like nothing. I've opened boxes with it. It really is a fantastic neck knife. Now the steel for the blade, as I said, it's all a full tang. It's all one piece of steel. It is 4116 German 4116 stainless steel. How does it hold up? I really honestly don't know. It is insanely, I cannot stress enough how sharp this knife is. It's a nice knife. Hold in your hand, very comfortable. You could seriously operate with that tip. I got a little crap on there. I was talking with somebody, and they said that their neck knives, they prefer a smaller knife. Something a little bit smaller. When this is on and it's hanging down, you can shorten the bead chain, but it kind of hangs down and almost touches my belly button. And they said that they kind of like it up a little bit higher. For me, if I do that, then getting this chain off and on is going to be a bit hard. They don't like it hanging that low. So they like something that's probably a bit shorter in handle and maybe even a shorter blade, because that is, I mean, that's almost a small, regular, fixed blade. A knife you'd wear on your belt or on your pack or something of that nature. But, I mean, and I have big hands and it really does fit. It doesn't feel safe this way, you know, but it feels safe that way with my fingers locked in there. If I was to cut you, I mean, I don't feel that my hand is going to slide up, you know, if I was to stab something, slash stab. Nice knife for sure. Now, what do they cost? I've seen this was purchased for $25. 23 some change. The lowest I saw on the internet was 22 and some change, and the highest was close to $27, $28. Is it worth 30 bucks? Yeah, maybe. Is it worth 20 to 25? Absolutely. Very nice blade for 25 bucks.